source address translation, which we study about that what is NAT, and then we discuss there are two main categories, source NAT and destination NAT, and the third category is UNAT, which is a U-turn NAT. When we use combinedly, we call them U-turn NAT. First we discuss about source NAT. Source NAT has three different categories: dynamic IP port, dynamic IP, and static. So let's do lay for these. First I need a Palo Alto firewall. Okay, and let me make them. Okay, and so this is Palo Alto firewall. Then I need two switches, and I will take two switches. Okay, and change the switch from here, and let's type name switch. Okay, so this is switch inside, and this one either, let me take one this side and this side. Then I need a server, so we will make a router as a server. Okay, so let me go to router, and let me make a two router. So SRV, this is our server, and change the to the server. Okay, and here is, so this is one server this side and one server is here. Okay, and let me, can we duplicate them? No, I need another server for DMZ. So I will, okay, and let's take them SRV, change to the server. Okay, so this is our DMZ. So this is our DMZ server. For test purpose, let me take window XP Lite. Okay, it's better to take window XP Lite 2. Okay, anything else VNC is okay. So we have inside here, and we have inside here one. Okay, and let me take, there is VPC server, so let me take 3, this one. Just for ping purpose we can use this one because it's require low resources. So this one is here, this one is here, and this one is here. So I need one more switch. I will, and let me take another switch. Let me change the icon to switch. Okay, so here is, okay, so this is our small topology which we gonna use them. Okay, so connect this one, and I need for management purpose MGMT. So I will connect to cloud 1. This is my management one. So this should connect to management. Keep in mind this one. Okay, so this one is management. 1 is connected there, 2 is connected here, and 3 is connected here. And same way server is connected, and DMZ, and we have connected this one here, and let's connect server here, and let's connect window XP here, and also VPC. Okay, and let's connect this one. The thing is, I cannot restart the system until I connect all. This is an issue in community edition. Okay, so it's almost done. What else I need? This enough. Yeah, so let me start first this one. this one, this one, start. Okay, so let's type until the firewall on, so we will do IP schema. So let me type here 192.168 take 1.0 and let's take this one. So this is my inside subnet, and let me duplicate. This is outside subnet, let me make them 2. Okay, and let's create this one as a 3 subnet DMZ. Okay, let me type the inside, because we need to wait for firewall, it's taking time, so I'm just playing around. Okay, so this is inside, this is outside, and this one is DMZ. So this is DMZ. Okay, and let me make them a bit bigger. Okay, IP is up to you which IP you want to assign. Suppose this one should be 1.1, suppose. And this should be 1.2, and this should be 3, suppose. So this is our inside. Okay, and the same can be 2.1, 2.2 and 2.3. so let me duplicate this one, but here the things are changed, only 2.1. and this is 2.3. Okay, and this is 3.1, either 3.2. Okay, and this one is 3.1. Okay, so this is the whole story. Now we need to configure these. Okay, so first I need to configure this router, so click on this router which is representing our server. Okay, and go to the server. No. Okay, and also what I need, let me finish this one. Yes, come up. So enable config outside SRV, so that we know a host name outside SRV, this is the name, do right. Okay, and interface E0/0, IP address 192.168 2.1 255.255.255.0, no shutdown. Okay, this one, yeah, 2.1. I configure them and exit. IP route 0.0.0, whatever, either you can make them as a client as well, both where is it? Okay, 192.168 and 2.100 is firewall IP. We will assign 2.100 to firewall. Do right. What else I need? IP HTTP server, IP HTTP secure server. Okay, IP HTTP authentication local. And what I need? Username admin, privilege 15, and password is 123. So it's become like a server now. And line VTY 0 to 4, transport input all, and login local is also done. So do right, this one is done. So this is our external server. Let me go to my internal server. No. Okay, until it starts. So what I can do, go to notepad, config t, host name is inside SRV, then interface E0/0, and IP address is 1.1, no shut, and then exit IP HTTP server and IP HTTP authentication local, and username admin, privilege 15, password 123. That's it. Control C, enable and paste. Okay, so interface is done. Host name I written wrongly, so let me change host name inside SRV. So interface is configured, no shutdown, IP 1.1, I pasted, that's it. Okay, do right. Host name, this is basically okay. So two server are done, this one and this one. For right now it's okay. Okay, what else I need to configure? DMZ as well. Anyway, we will need DMZ for the other lab, so leave it this one for right now. Either let me do it quickly. For DMZ I just need to change this one, DMZ SRV, and this should be 3.1, and that's it. Yeah, Control C, no. Okay, enable config T. So up to this point, Control C, Control V, do right. So host name is DMZ SRV, IP address is 3.1, HTTPS configure, authentication is local, and username we configure on it. Okay, so these three server we configure them for inside, outside, and DMZ. Okay. Okay, now let's start this firewall. So click on firewall. So username is admin and password is admin. So we still need to wait for this one. So until that time, what I need to do, I need to configure this VPC. So IP 192.168.1.2 and /24 and 192.168 1.100 is firewall IP. Okay, that's it. That's what I need, and save. So my internal VPC, this one is done. Okay, we have another VPC, this one. So this is 2.2. So let me change them to 3.2. yes, and 3.100 is, so 3.2 and enter, save. Okay, and we have one VPC here 2.3. So paste. So this should be 2 and this should be 2.3 and save. I think so 2.3, yeah. So 2.3 and we done this is 1.3 and this is 3.2 because here we only have 2 devices. So server are configured and inside leave it Windows 7 we will assign them when we check, and we have window here as well. Okay, so let's go. Still there is any chance to come up admin and admin. So still I believe why it's taking too much time. Okay, till that time let me configure telnet on this server as well. No CDP, no CDP run, because it's giving this error. So let me put this one, so it cannot give this error. Okay, it's get IP now. So 100.234. So let me type the firewall IP 100.234 and it should be HTTPS. Okay, advanced, proceed, and admin and admin. It will ask you to change the password, and version 10 they will ask you to set a password, which is a good thing by the way, because we are not changing normally. So old password is admin, new abc@12345 and abc@12345. you have to keep a complicated password, which is their special character, number and sign, etc. Otherwise it will not accept. So login now. Okay, it will ask you again. So admin and abc@12345. Okay, so now until when it's come up, so 1/1 is outside, keep in mind, 1/2 is inside, and 1/3 is DMZ. This is the whole story, because we need to configure these interfaces first. So let me type E1/1 is inside, this is outside, sorry. E1/1 is outside, E1/2 is inside interface, and E1/3 is DMZ. So choose this one, don't show us and remind me later. First we need to go to a network tab. Nothing is changed, don't worry, there are few things which is changed and the new Palo Alto firewall 10. Okay, we will discuss later maybe, but for now there is no such, only the theme is changed, so don't worry that if it look like something different. So 1/1 interface belong to outside, so here we will say connected to outside. Interface type, because we are a layer 3, net flow is nothing, and virtual router, but before is better to create 3 zone rather than go from there. So go to zone and create inside zone, change the to layer 3 and OK. Create a new one outside, change the type to layer 3 and OK. Create a third one DMZ and change the type to layer 3 and OK. So now we have 3 zone. Now going to back to the 1. So 1 is outside, so let me type here connected to outside, so at least we know where it's connected. Choose layer 3. Virtual route we will use the default one. Security zone we already know this is outside and OK. I forgot to assign the IP, so let me reopen it. Okay, Go to IPv4 and type 192.168.2.100 and 24. I believe we choose this one, yeah, 2. Yeah, 2 is outside. Okay, so 2.100, this is the IP address. And go to advanced and allowed management profile. Create a management profile with ping, so that we allowed ping, at least that we can test them. And okay, one interface is done. Click on 1/2, so 1/2 is connected to inside, and change the type to layer 3 and type here connected to inside. Choose virtual router default, choose security zone inside. IPv4 we have 192.168.1.100 with 24 subnet mask, and go to advanced and enable management profile ping, so that we can ping it. Done. And the last one, 1/3, type here connected to DMZ, and choose the type layer 3 and choose default route. We are using default route, and security zone is DMZ. IPv4 192.168.3.124, and go to advanced enable management profile ping. Done. So my 3 interfaces are done. Now we need to put a routing detail. So go to virtual route, click on default one, okay, and go to static route, and here type default route, anything. Here choose 000/0, that anything with 000. Choose the interface. Outside interface is which one? 1/1. 1/1 is the outside if any traffic going, okay. And the next hop is we don't have one hop, next hop anyway, so we don't need, we need to type because we need to put a single. Then in this case I have a different topology. Okay, this one is leave for now. I will tell you what is the change now. So we create a zone, we create a interfaces, and what else we need? Okay, the policy need to be allowed. Yeah, we already done the policy. We will come to our main topic. So create a policy, allow everything, either allowed inside to outside. So from here I say source is inside, source IP range, this is our range of source inside. 1.024 is our inside range. Yeah, this one I put. If they want to go source user, we don't have, and source devices we don't have. Destination I would say, sorry, not DMZ, outside range I know, but anyway if you want to mention them, in this case we know this one. So 2.024, if you don't know you can put them anything. Destination devices no, application can be anything right now, and services and action is allowed, okay, and we don't want to attach any profile. So we create one rule from inside to outside. Let's create one rule, allowed inside to DMZ. So for that purpose I would say inside source address 192.168.1.24. this is our source 1.0. this is our source full subnet. Destination is DMZ. if you want to restrict, put 192.168.3.024, okay, and application anything, and okay. So we create 2 policies. Third policy we will create allow DMZ to outside, okay, and put here if a DMZ, and DMZ zone is 192.168.3.024, and destination is outside, and outside subnet is 192.168. In our case it can be any, no, normally which is 2.0.24. okay, an application is anything and okay. And another one is from DMZ2, but anyway it's enough, DMZ2 inside, but it's okay, we will require another thing. So this the normal thing which we already covered all these things. Okay, so let me commit the changes. So suppose if I want to go from inside to outside and want to do translation, so the first translation which we will do is source network address translation, SNAT. In SNAT, the first thing we will do dynamic IP and port. So dynamic IP and port, what they will do, they will translate all my inside to single IP. Okay, so this is my topology. Here let me explain you that my outside interface IP is 2.100. This is my 2.100, this interface IP. And if you need, let me type here we have 1.100 IP, this interface, and here we have 3.100 IP. The first translation I want to show you is dynamic IP and port. What is dynamic IP and port? They translate all the LAN to only single IP. So let's do it, how we can do it. So let me go to here, okay, and where we can apply, go to policy, and there is a NAT, click on NAT, okay, and it's look like similar like a security, name, tag, source, destination, and all those things, and also add, delete, clone, enable, export, highlight, similar, almost similar like a security. So click on add button and type here inside to outside DIPP, means dynamic anything, yeah. Original packet, original means the original, which is the private range, either any original IP which you want to translate. So from which zone is coming, if you say any, you can put any, but in this case my original is inside. This is where they want to go, destination zone. So destination is outside. And destination interface, we know you can choose any as well, but destination interface is 1/1. This is destination outside, I choose this one. And services, you can restrict them for specific services. Here only HTTP and HTTPS are available, but you can create as many you want, TCP, UDP, any. But in right now I will say for any services. They say what is the source address. So I will type 192.168.1.0.24. This is our source subnet. I choose the whole subnet, this one. And destination address, you can mention, in this case I know the destination, but normal case we are going to internet, so if you cannot change it, it's okay, you can leave them blank, any. Then translate it. This was all about the original packet. Original packet will come from inside, they want to go outside. Exit interface will be 1/1, it go for any services. Source can be from any this range, 192.168.1, either 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, anything. And where they want to go, they can go to anywhere. So this is my original packet. Now there is a translated packet. So translated packet, we have a source address translation and destination address translation. But in this case our target is source address translation. I want to change this source to whom. So they have many options, dynamic IP and port, dynamic IP and static IP, and none. So I say right now I need dynamic IP and port. I want to test what is the combination of dynamic IP and port. So when I choose dynamic IP and port, so they give me two more options. Translated address, you can choose many IP, so you will have more session to create. Either there is an interface, so first checklist interface. Which interface? 1/1, the outside interface, 2.100. And what is the IP? They will show you automatically 2.100. So I give instruction to this firewall, they translate all this IP coming from 192.168.1.1, translate them to only single IP with 2.100. So if 8 system is coming, it will be translated to only one IP. And that's it, and OK. And commit the changes. So this was the first option, dynamic IP and port. So dynamic IP and port, I choose the exit interface, which is normally the WAN IP, and it can be a local IP as well. Maybe you are doing double NAT, maybe you are doing NAT here and then from here to NAT to another IP. It's okay, but most cases it will be a public IP, but it's not important to be a public, because I told you NAT doesn't mean that you can only translate private to public. It can be private to private, it can be public to public, and it can be any combination. So now from this inside user, when they want to visit this one, so all the PC will be translated to 2.100 IP only. So I think so it's saved almost. So let me open this VPC 9. So this is VPC 9, which is inside this one, and let me ping the outside IP 192.168.2.1. 2.1. Let me ping this one. Can I ping this IP? So first packet is dropped, and then I can ping now. How we can I verify that it's been? So what I can do, I can take a SSH to this IP. We can verify graphically as well from here. If we go to monitor and go to session browse, there is a session browse, this one. Where is this one? You will see the translated packet. It's not there because it's washed out quickly. So let me do it again and refresh this one. You will see this one. So I send 4 packet, and if I open any packet, so there are 2 flow client to server and return traffic from server to client. So they said that a PC 1.2 has been translated, destination is 2.1, and is translated to, let's check out here, it's translated to 2.100. Either if it is not clear from this place, so we can verify from SSH. So let me go to quickly SSH to this IP, firewall IP. Admin is the user, and let me open this one, accept and save, and password is abc@12345 and save. Okay. You password abc@12345. Okay, so admin, and it should be admin maybe. Okay, leave it, we will verify from here. For some reason it's not taking from there, so admin and abc@12345, admin and admin, enter old password, admin abc@12345, abc@12345. Okay, now we can see. So it's better now we can do it from there. So this was okay, and ABC@12345, because here is more visible so that we can see off. Anyway, let's do it from there. Control L, and here show session all. So nothing is there, we need to generate the traffic again. So let me generate from VPC 9, and can I continue C60 packet, and we have another PC as well. Which server? I need to generate two different so that I can show you this server SRV4. So let me go to SRV4 as well and ping the same IP. Ping 192.168.2.1. Okay, 2.1, yes. So from VPC traffic is going 2.1. Okay, so let me check show IP route. We have a route? No. So I did not configure route, so show IP route 000.000 and whatever, give it to firewall 1.100. Okay, and now quickly let me ping it. So it's pinging and repeat 100 times. Now let's go to show session all. Look at now. So they say NS. NS means source NAT. This is the flag. So they say whatever we are doing, we are translating source NAT, and a source NAT, okay, somebody using application ping, okay, status is active, flow, and source NAT. This is the IP address 1.1, which is the server. This is our inside server, the one which I just pinged. Okay, and this the source port, destination, source zone, then protocol is 1, ICMP is 1, and this the destination 2.100. They translate them to 2.100. So if you see, all the packet are being translated to 2.100. So 1.1, and we also ping from the other one 1.1 and 1.2 as well. So I need, okay, so that one is expire. Yeah, this one is stop. So let me ping this one, and now if I refresh, 1.2 should be there. Okay, so let me refresh and see again. Yeah, so 1.2 this time as well. 1.2, this one, the one which is sending a packet. And also from this server, what was the our server? Actually I did not give them proper name, so I need to go back. SRV4, yeah. So enable, I need to generate SRV4, sorry, this one. Okay, so I generated 2. So now you will see 2 flow, 1.1 and it should be 1.2. Yeah, this one. So now we have 2 PC to translate them to one IP, 1.2 and 1.1. This is my inside 2 PC, and both of them is translated to 2.100. Even if you have 1,000 PC, again it will be translated to only 2.100. And this is, we call it dynamic IP and port. All the PC from one zone will be translated to only single IP. You got this clear now? Dynamic IP and port. So if I come here, so you can verify from here, and also I verify from there. If you go to policy and NAT, you will see some hits. There is nothing. Yeah, just refresh them. Yeah, so here is 2135 hits came, and this the last hit came on this one. So this is our first policy, and I tell them that if from inside zone going to outside from this IP range, if somebody is coming, translate them to interface IP. But in dynamic IP and port, they give us another option as well. They say translated address rather than the interface. So what is their translated address? I say 192.168.2.200 and 192.168.2.201 and 192.168.2.202. So what is the difference between a single interface IP and to buy a range of public IP? Now you can create more session. You know, per session you can create I think so somehow 6,000 or some session. Then your IP will be exhausted. It doesn't mean that you have a single IP and a million and million people will be translated to one IP. No. If all the million and million people are going to translate to one IP, a time will come that your IP will be exhausted with generating a random port. Because one IP, how they are working? Basically, they are using one IP, but they are putting a port. You know the port 655, we have that much port. But we cannot use those all port. From 1023 to onward, these port can be used. So a time will reach that this IP will be exhausted. So if you have a huge network, then a single IP translation, single interface IP translation is not enough. Then buy 3-4 public IP like me. I buy 2.200, 2.01, 2.200. Now you have how many sessions? Suppose if one IP can support, suppose 30 session. So if 40% is 40 user is going, so it will be not enough. Now I have 30 and 30, so 90 session can be created. I'm just giving you an example. One IP can support, I can't remember, but more than 6,000. But anyway, session, one user can create many session, 1,000 session can be created one user. So now I have a pool of IP. First come first basis IP will be assigned. Then if it is reached, again the first IP will be used again and again. There is no restriction. So if I OK and commit changes, now I can create more session, but there is no restriction that which IP will be assigned to which user. No. You got my point? So after saving this one, and then when I generate again the traffic, so some of the user, like last time, all the user were using only single IP 2.100. Now some user will get 2.200, some will get 2.201, some will get 201, and it can get one IP as well. So Control C, Q, Control L, and let me generate some more traffic after saving this one. And let me make them ready, this one. Okay, and let me make ready this one as well. And now we will see. Okay, so if it is saved, yeah, it's almost done. Okay. Now you will see, yeah, okay. So let me generate a traffic 60 packet from here, and let me go to the other one, which was this one. So both are generating traffic, but how it is work? So show session all. So 1/1, which is this server, so they got a 2.0202 IP, and 1.2 is not here, so we need to go back. 1.2, it should be down. So 1.2 is still not here. 1.2, because we have two PC which going outside. 1.2, I'm just looking for 1.2 to show you. Okay, it's going, and I cannot see them. Yeah, 1.2. So it's been translated to 200, and above was translated to 202. But it can be any combination from these three IP. It will be assigned randomly again and again. This one. So now we have a range of public IP rather than one IP. 200, 201 and 202. You got my point? So it can be used any IP and it can be used again and again. There is no restriction that only 3 PC can go. No. More than 3 PC can go. More than 3 PC can be translated. You got my it, more than 300 can be translated. More than 3000 can be translated to these 3 IPs. Let me tell them in more specific way. So don't think about that only 3 people can go. No. More than 3000 can go. But they will be assigned this from these 3 IP again and again. Because we are using dynamic IP and port. When there is a port, so it means port address translation. Then there is 2 choice. Single IP, which is your interface exit interface IP. Either you have an option to translated addresses where you can put a lot of public IPs to translate it. That's it. That was the first step of dynamic IP and port. So 2 way we done it.